Hello and welcome to the Bat and Barrow. We're going to do a review video, something I paid for myself because no one sponsors the channel, and I cover all aspects of gaming on this channel just in case you're new. So YouTube hates that, so before we get going, because it's not focused onto one specific thing and it's about tabletop gaming, that's about as nailed down as I like to get. But yeah, YouTube helps that. It want you to be if you're a tabletop gaming channel, it want you to be a painting one, a terrain building one, a gameplay one, but I'd cover all of that on the channel. So if you're new here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe, hit the like button and leave a comment, and let's show YouTube who's boss. Today we are going to look at some paintbrushes. I haven't covered much painting recently. I want to do a bit more painting. I'm not the greatest painter, I'm not the worst, below average, I don't know, that's up to you to decide, not me. So I don't see, for me, spending vast amounts of money on paintbrushes is probably not beneficial to me as a hobby or my bank account. So I always like looking for different brushes. Now this set I've already used. I've had them about 5 years, so I thought I'd replace them. It's these sort of cheap what's that? Have I got the camera wrong way? I've got the camera around the wrong way. Anyway, it's Nicpros, they're called. They're China based, but I thought buy a new set and let's have a look at them. Now my paintbrushes are stored in underneath this chest here. I built a geeky chest to keep my paintbrushes in, which sits on top. This basically sits on top of a Hobby Zone paint tray. All these are here. Paints there, but I thought first of all, I've got to get rid of some old brushes before we look at the new ones. So I'm going to do that now and have a look at the get rid of these old brushes. Okay, so these brushes got some really old, a real old cheap set that I bought on a gaming con somewhere. I've got some old GW brushes, and I've got a set of these Nicpro stuff. I'm going to keep these ones. These are still in good condition. Just get rid of the ones that are worn and torn, like the workhorse ones. Brushes here, I've got some brushes that were my dad's that I sort of kept when he passed away, and I do still use these. I actually use these. These are what I call my PVA brushes. He was into model railway building, so I think he used to paint sort of engage model railways and stuff. So I keep these, but the rest in the bin. Now let's have a look at the new brushes. So these brushes, they come in a little pot like this, surrounded by a plastic outer wrapper, and then a plastic container pot. So much plastic in this day and age. Twist to open. Miniature paintbrushes, 7. Made in China. I guess you can use this if you're out and about, as if you're an artist and you go out into the world. Water pots, put some water in there. Just trying to think of use for these plastic things. It comes in this lovely bag. This is velour, fake velvet. Get into it, and just when we thought we didn't have enough plastic, these brushes themselves are wrapped into individual plastics. We have Fine Detail Art Brush Terra series, bristles, premium quality Taklon brushes to work in all mediums. I don't know what Taklon is. I'm not really into painting. I watch some channels, they talk about I forget what it is, some sort of brush hair. I'm assuming it's from the animal or whatever it's made from, I don't know. But these are Pablo Nicpros, and they reckon they're Taklon brushes. I don't know what it means. Brilliant review, talking about something I don't know. Been around since 2015, producing the finest artist brush in the world. Debatable, I guess. That's what it is, Kalinsky. So what we got here, that's what I keep on hearing about, Kalinsky, sable hair or whatever. But yeah, I used to think Kalinsky was a lad. Wow, so what do we do? We're in road shapes. Ergonomic triangle detail brush set, which I think that's what this is. They do real Kalinsky sable brush set, real watercolor paintbrushes. So I've gone for these are obviously the bottom of the range ones, I would say then ergonomic. I actually really like them, so that's why I'm sort of doing a video on them, and I did pay for these myself. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we got? We got up 5-0, a 3-0. Try and put me in some sort of 2 3-0s. Okay, yeah. So we have a liner and a round. So if you see the nibs, I should get out of these terrible plastic things, shouldn't I? So you have round and oh no, the tops come off. Let's show you the nib here. There we go. So it's a nice point to it. These are the liners, so it's slightly longer. And then for the round, yeah, nice point to it. So I like these for this bit here. I really find that quite useful. The flat bit sits here, finger there, finger there. I can almost use it like a pen, and I find that really nice. So yeah, that's what they are. And if we put those to one side. So yes, we got 5-0 round, 3-0 round, 3-0 liner. I don't know what these numbers mean. I'm not even going to pretend to say. I'm imagining, and that's something to do with the size order, but for me, I can't tell any difference between. So if I come back up here, come on. See if I can get it to focus on. Come on, come on, come on, focus. It's so difficult now. Oh, it just wants to focus in the bottom, but anyway, I can't see any difference between those nibs, but I can when it comes to the 0. That is much bigger. So then we have 2, which is obviously a big boy. This is great, going to be great for base coating, normal coating, and what I like as well, you got this as well, flat. It's more of a square. Should be 2 of these if I remember. Nope, right, just 1 flat. Okay, so most of them are round. We have 4-0, 5-0, 3-0. So I think these are fine detail. To me, they're all the same. It's D3 here. They're all the same nibs. I'll try and get a zoomed in one later on. That's going to be my standard brush. This will be my base brush. I'll probably use this flat for shading flat areas. And liner, I don't know. I sometimes use that, but not very often. Right, if I can get this to focus into here. Maybe if I move these away, it will decide that. No. Right. Jump cut. Okay, yeah. So what we want to do is get so nice little close up. So you can see it's quite nice construction. The ferrules not too bad. Nice point on them. That's the liner. If I show you this round ones now, actually, if you can tell me. I suppose I can see it a bit on camera, so soon I've got the long way round. So is 3-0 the bigger one? Yeah, so it's what they are, but they're just not much in them. But so 4-0 would be good. Well, yeah, that's it. I've got them all in a wonky order here. So it's 4-5-0, 4-5-3, and I'd say that's big, medium, small. But when is that? This is blowing my mind. If I put them in 3-4-0 order, I mean, how long can I make a paint by? Go on, sorry, I wasn't meant to be this long. It was meant to be a short, sharp, in and out video, but I can't see the difference in them. If you can, let me know in the comments if I'm just being completely blind, which is, yeah, definitely is going to be the case. So we have this one. This will be my main workhorse brush, the one I've worked with most. It's my main paintbrush, and I'll use those ones down there for these ones here for like detail. This one I'm going to be mainly painting with. I would say on these the ferrule is a bit rough around here. This bit here, a bit like it could be folded down more, but it doesn't matter. But these, for me, these feel really comfortable in my hands. This is now the second set I've owned. I'm going to try and take a bit better care of these. Base coat brush just to get some good paint onto them. Good area of paint. Lastly, this sort of flat one here. I use this for washes. Just cover a large area in a wash. It works really well because it sucks up the paint as well if you've got splodgy areas. Okay, so these are the brushes. I can tell you what I think of them because obviously I've rebought them. I really like them. For I think they're about £9 on Amazon. These are, I'll put a link in the description. These are really cool. So if you're obviously if you're a painter, you know, a really good miniature painter, you're going to be using higher quality brushes. If you know you're going Golden Demon standards. But if you're like me, it's part of, you know, painting is just one small part of our tabletop hobby. It's not your only part of it. Then these are great. Saves you money on buying, you know, Games Workshop brushes. About one, you can buy one brush from Games Workshop one, or a set for the same sort of price. So yeah, so what we got, the round ones are, it says, this is what it says here, for filling in small areas, outlining, sketching, creating thick lines. Yeah, so these are multi-purpose brushes, not miniature brushes. The liner or rigger, fine control details for longer strokes, consistent wear, such as boat masts, grass. Yes, these are going for artistic things rather than miniatures, because the flat one is for base coat, filling wide areas. So that's what they're intended for. And whereas me, I find that good for shade, base coat, and then the rest of them are, you know, standard workhorse, fine detail. I really don't use this. I only actually started using this brush in my old set just the other week. So I'm going to pop that back on because that will be kept in reserve. It's a good brush, don't get me wrong, just I don't have a use for it. The ferrule, high quality aluminium anti-rust. They are. High quality, a bit rough around here on where it joins the wood, but crimp, durable double crimp, anti-shedding, no more frustration with loose ferrules or stray hairs. I don't know if that's true. So I suppose I had mine for about 4 years before the hair started really going split in. And the grip, really like triangle grips, really like it. Handle, easy to clean, 7 layers of UV coated paint, makes no more flaking of paint in your hand. Yes, this is true. I've had brushes where, I don't know if you saw when I was going through the box, where, you know, you have brushes and the paint flicks off the ferrule. And if I show you these, this is one of my old ones. This is the 30 round. It's just still solid, you know. So yep, like that. So all in all, highly recommended. If you want a cheap set of brushes, don't want to spend out a fortune, and you just want to start painting some miniatures, go pick up a copy of these. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to waffle on too much about paintbrushes. What else can you say? But that'll be it for this video, guys. Until the next one, stay safe, take care, bye bye bye.